Welcome back to GMG Plus. You heard that first interview there with Jackie and the superintendent, and of course the engineer also. The road is not a football field. You must be concerned and you must be responsible for your own life. How responsible are we towards preserving our culture and also conserving what we have as Ghanaians? There's an institution that's very keen on this matter and really focused on making sure that we don't lose our culture, we don't lose our heritage, and it's very well protected. My guest is the former ambassador to France, Portugal, and UNESCO. She's also the president of the Heritage and Cultural Association of Africa, Society of Africa actually, and she's also the international organization of La Francophonie and the OECD Development Center. Please welcome to our show Johanna Odonkor Svanikier. Johanna Odonkor Svanikier. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank
to
you.
our show.
Thank
It's good to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me to your show.
What is the drive to preserve our heritage and culture in this very fast westernizing continent or even country that we have right now?
Thank you. I used to be Ghana's ambassador to France and UNESCO and La Francophonie and the OECD Development Center.
Okay.
Whilst at UNESCO, I realized how important heritage and culture was to economic development. And the best example really was France, where they have promoted their culture to the extent that it contributes billions to their economy every year. And I think we have the potential to do the same.
We have the potential to do the same. It means we are not doing this enough from where you stand.
Yes, because we are drinking champagne and we are wearing Western clothes, and we want them to be drinking, let's say, our coconut water or our hot chocolate and our sobolo, and we want them to be wearing our kente cloth and African print.
In this preserving our heritage and culture, you're focused on some sites. One of them will be the Richester Fort.
Yes, so we have.
Why that particular interest?
Yeah, we have projects which we are organizing a Christmas fundraising gala, and we have projects which the fundraiser will help to reach fruition. One concern is the Richester Fort, which is one of the most important buildings associated with the slave trade.
Why is Richester Fort so important?
Because at the time when the Danes inhabited the Osu Christiansborg Castle, the Richester Fort was where the slaves were kept before they were sent on the boat to the New World, basically. So it is a site, a solemn site where enslaved people were kept in dungeons. People always feel that the Christiansborg Castle is where the slaves were kept, but the enslaved people were actually in dungeons at the Richester Fort. Because it's a private building, it's not listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's very important that it be preserved for history and posterity.
You also focused on listing some of preserved forts and buildings as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, some of which will be in Kumasi. You mentioned the Ashanti.
The Ashanti traditional buildings are already listed. That's the wonderful thing.
It's already
they
listed,
are already
actually
listed as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The problem is people don't know it, and they are not labeled as World Heritage Sites, and there are no tourist facilities when you get there. So it's very important that we tell the world that we have these very important, they are actually shrines, historic shrines, and drive tourist traffic to go and visit these World Heritage Sites.
What's your outfit doing to highlight this sites like the Ashanti traditional buildings that we do not know about?
Yes.
What's the level of awareness?
So one of our advocacy, like I'm here today to tell you about them, but also one of our projects is to link important touristic sites and label them. So if they are World Heritage Sites, there should be a label to say that it's a World Heritage Site. And then the next stage is to provide facilities. So some of the things HACSA, which is the Heritage and Cultural Society of Africa, can only draw attention to, and some of them we can actually actively do something about. So we hope to be able, especially, to list sites which were associated with the trade in enslaved African people through our fundraising efforts.
One of your key projects now is Girls Can Code. And to me, this means that girls can write codes,
yes,
and Cisco and all the techie languages. Why do you take interest in girls, you know, building
yes,
codes and creating?
Absolutely.
stuff?
Actually, to go back to UNESCO, UNESCO also deals in communication. And whilst there, I do feel very strongly that we should be teaching young people to code, because that's another way of entering a very important sector of the economy. Instead of us being the consumers of technology and apps and other people's software, we should be producing them, and I think we have the capability to do so.
So you want to see more girls in tech?
Absolutely. So we want to see more Ghanaians in tech, but we want to target girls so that they don't get left behind.
Okay.
A lot of the people who develop apps are people who have a lot of free time. So they teach themselves. A lot of girls don't have free time. They are made to do household chores. And therefore, if they don't have a head start, you find that this new world will not be accessible to them at all.
The HACSA Xmas Gala and Fundraising Night is happening. You're bringing the sensational Omobelo to Ghana to support this event, and also the Winning by Youth Choir.
Omobelo is a world-class, award-winning African opera soprano, and she is originally Nigerian. She was discovered in Nigeria and sent to the best opera schools in Europe. She's based in Paris, and she sings on the world stages. And she expressed an interest in singing in Ghana. So HACSA will bring Omobelo to perform in Ghana for the very first time, and it is in connection with our fundraiser on the 16th of December.
Which particular project is this fundraiser targeted toward?
It's targeted to the projects we've already talked about. So the outreach to educate people about heritage and culture, the project to help restore the Richter House, the Girls Can Code project, which we have already done phase 1 of. So we did the southern part of the country, and we are hoping to do the northern part of the country. We've taught 150 girls to code, and we hope that we can teach another 150 girls, making 300.
To code, that's amazing.
Yes.
Let's talk about restoring a tunnel between the Richter Fort and Christianburg. Is that it? Why is that tunnel so important to
Yes,
HACSA?
so that tunnel is a myth, and we would like to verify that in the period when the Danes occupied the castle, slaves were sent through a tunnel underneath the roads from the Richter Fort to the Osu-Christiansborg Castle. This can only be done by archaeological survey and excavation.
In this effort to, you know, preserve and conserve our heritage, there's a lot of modernization happening, especially in Accra. There are talks of the Marine Drive that's going to clear all that part of the city, just to spring up buildings that look more befitting of a millennial city. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, we hope and pray that the old buildings will be preserved. They are a testimony to the history, the dark history of the transatlantic slave trade, the enslavement of African people, and the stakeholders go far beyond Ghana, the shores of Ghana. The stakeholders are African people all over the world, historians, the descendants in the Caribbean and in the US, and it's very, very important we preserve this history, just as the concentration camps in Germany were preserved, and you have tourists visiting every day. So in the effort to modernize Accra, we need to very much bear in mind that we need to preserve history as well. We work with Dr. Wazi from the Archaeology Department of the University of Ghana, and he has already done a salvage operation after the excavation in relation to the Marine Drive, and he has discovered over 5,000 objects of interest which were left behind by the Danes.
Amazing. I see the First Lady, Her Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, will be at this fundraiser. So who qualifies to attend this fundraiser on the 16th?
She's been very supportive, especially of the Girls Can Code project and of the work that we are doing. The fundraiser is open for everybody. The tickets are available at selected branches of Fidelity Bank, including Osu-Oxford Street, Laboni, Airport, Spintex Road, ANC Mall, and Jowlu. So just go down there and pick up your ticket. We also offer corporate tables. It's going to be a fabulous Christmas party where you will be entertained, and then there will be dinner and dancing as well.
So giving money to a good cause also for the people who would...
Yes, please. We will also have a raffle. You can buy your raffle tickets at Fidelity Bank.
What do you stand to win from this raffle?
So the first prize is a Mahindra XUV vehicle.
Oh, yeah?
From our lead sponsor, Savani Group Limited. The second prize is a trip to Mole National Park, staying for 2 nights at the fabulous Zena Lodge.
Yes.
The third prize is dinner for 2 at Le Magellan restaurant here in Osu, Accra. We also have Fidelity Bank sponsoring our event, and Red Cotton, a fabulous Ghanaian fashion brand, which is promoting Ghanaian African print outfits. And they will also provide 2 outfits for the star of the moment, who is Omobello, our opera singer.
It's a pretty big wins from this raffle, I must say. So how much does one raffle ticket cost?
The raffle ticket costs 10 Ghana cedis, and you can pick them up at the Fidelity branches. The raffle will be drawn in 2019, August, at the gala for our Africa Homecoming Conference. So the HACSA Africa Homecoming Conference is in line with the year of the return, which was announced by President Akufo-Addo in New York. Amongst
400 years.
Yes, because it marks the 400-year anniversary of the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade, and it is very important that we in Africa, we in Ghana, set some of the agenda and some of the narrative for how to commemorate this event. So this conference will discuss the impact of the slave trade, the communities who were affected by the slave trade, and the innovations to overcome the impact of the slave trade.
I'm particularly happy that I can buy a raffle ticket for 10 cedis and win a car.
Yes, absolutely.
Our trip to Zena Lodge, 10 cedis is quite small for all of that. So
we want to make it available to everybody. So please go and buy your raffle tickets.
Absolutely.
And please come to our event on the 16th of December.
16th of December, yes, at the Movenpick.
At the Movenpick. We'll start at 10 a.m. with a fair to exhibit some made in African goods. The fair will end at 3, and then from 4 o'clock we start the program for the gala concert.
Absolutely. I want to say thank you so much for coming to our program, Ambassador.
I am so grateful
Ambassador
that
Johanna.
You invited me. So we count Metro TV as a friend of HACSA. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, and we count ourselves as a friend of HACSA too.
Thank you.
You look really amazing for what I read on the internet, 50-year-old. Quite amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'll be joined by
my
very lovely co-host now. She's also. I'm not gonna say her age, but she's really.
You've said mine.
She looks amazing. Well, yours is available on the internet, so.
Beautiful.
For the internet says
and I'll
50,
definitely
so.
be there. So.
Yeah.
I'll be there. But lots of messages coming through. Let me briefly read a
Take
couple,
a few.
just
Yeah.
two. And wow, your guest is yes, I told you she's beautiful. And Space Clotte from Ododododu constituency. I am happy and very grateful for this program, but the police is to blame for everything that is happening to us. I would like to say the Ghana police has failed us, hence the deaths on our road. This is from Space from Ododododu constituency.
Well, on that note, I'd like to thank all our guests today, Ambassador Johanna, and of course, Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obeng, and of course, Engineer David Osafo Amwateng.
We've definitely learned a lot from today's show. You know, Reminder Wednesdays, that's what we do. We remind you, and yes, we want you to be safe. It's very, very important. And on the 16th, we'll be there as well.
The road is not a football field.
At all, it is not.
Stop playing over there.
Don't play there.
And you're responsible for your own lives. Of course, the Omobelo event is also happening in collaboration with HACSA. You need to be there and make sure you make it happen. Thank you all for watching. My name is King.
My name is Jackie, and tomorrow we'll be back with Tourism Thursday right here on GMT+.
And Ambassador will say goodbye to you. Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, and please come and support.
Yes.
We have the fabulous Winneba Youth Choir and the spectacular Omobelo. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.